how to get started with PEMF therapy as a practice, as a business. So if you already have an existing clinic, you're a chiropractor, osteopath, massage therapist, you can easily incorporate this into your practice. There is a chiropractor here in Costa Rica that very organically added this in. So what he does is his practice is a first come first serve basis. He's very, very busy. There's not a whole lot of chiropractors here, and if you're good, people are going to come to you for adjustments, and he has a line of people every day. So the way he's incorporated it is while people are waiting in the waiting room, they'll have their time slot to jump on the PEMF mat for about 20 minutes, and he uses program mode and puts in everyone's name and conditions, so they can just go in, find their name or their color or their code if they want to keep it more private, and just hit start, lay down, put on the goggles, and then when it's time, the receptionist comes and gets them, and they go for their adjustment. And a lot of clients have been really enjoying this modality, and they've learned about it by waiting for the chiropractor. They've been using the modality, and they start purchasing them from him very organically. And also, if you are a chiropractor or osteopath, you will find that it enables you to do your work even better, because when you do receive your client, their circulation is now flowing, their inflammation is now reduced, their body is relaxed, the blockages have even been removed in some cases, they're already feeling better. So when you do your adjustments on them or do your magic, they have better results. So it's not replacing anything that they're doing, but it goes very beautifully together as a collaboration, very harmoniously together. Again, we are energetic beings. It's just moving energy through and helps us to do our work easier and having more benefit and enabling the client to get to where they need to be and reduce their pain or whatever the ailment is a lot faster. Also, if you are a yoga teacher or you practice Ayurvedic massage or Reiki, anything, absolutely anything. I personally believe this belongs in every business, every home, every practitioner should have one. Even if you don't have a practice and you've never done anything to do with healing or energy medicine, that's where I started. It doesn't matter. Anybody can do this. And you just have to start. My advice is don't overthink it. We can't do it wrong. You can't mess it up. You can't harm anybody. Just know the few contraindications that there are. Ask the question first if anybody has these contraindications. If you're worried about it, you can start off really gentle and slow and start off at sensitive. Communicate with the client. How did that make you feel? You know, everyone's different and is going to respond differently, so we can try different settings, higher intensity, low intensity. If you have the prime and you have the biofeedback, that is the best because your body communicates. But again, often we get in our heads and we overthink it and we think we're going to mess it up, or we think that we can't do it, which is completely false. This is something anybody can do. I have 2 women in their 80s who recently bought systems and are doing the practice. They said, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I want to share this. I want to do the business. I want to sell them. I'm like, good for you. This is so amazing. My kids come in, they do it themselves as well. I have a yoga practitioner here that recently incorporated it into her retreat space in Costa Rica. And what she does is she has it in the corner of the room on a mat with her crystals. She loves working with crystals and the tarot cards. So everyone is laying down for their yoga session. And at the end, when everyone's coming back, she speaks to them about it. She's like, just so you know, I've just recently purchased a PEMF mat. Here's the list. If anybody wants to put in a time slot or book their appointment or come in and try it, this is what it is. This is what it does. I encourage everyone to come and try it with me. And she's so busy with it and selling the systems now. So this is what I mean. Like, we can just make it unique and make it our own and bring it into your practice in any way. And I want to talk more about this backyard business that I was talking about, because if we're renting a space, it's let's say $1,000 a month, we're thinking, okay, how many clients do I have to take to pay for the rent? This is going to lead to burnout, and we don't need to do this anymore. We can create beautiful spaces in our backyard. You can transform a beautiful shed into a healing center, into a healing space, a separate room. I've done this in many different places in Costa Rica as I'm trying to get settled. So when you first moved here we're moving around a lot, trying to find our place. When I first started doing PMF in a 2-bedroom condo with 5 of us, I had a room divider in one part of the room, and I'd only treat people when the kids were at school. And it worked. Clients don't care. They're like, I just want to feel good. I want to feel better. You can make it as beautiful as possible. You can put a room divider up, get a massage table, burn some incense, put on a diffuser, some gentle music, and that's all you need to do. And as you go, you're going to be like, maybe I'm going to try adding this in or this in when you feel comfortable. But by all means, you don't have to add in anything. The PMF is a 6-dimensional or 8-dimensional, depending on what system you have, healing system for the full body, the physical body, the mind, the mental health, the emotional health, and even our spiritual health and the connection between. So it is a one-stop shop in itself. But if there is the healer in you, you might feel called to do other things such as Reiki or apply your gifts to the client. And gifts, I mean, even your beautiful words, just your energy, your support with them is the healer in you, and that's often enough. Even having some ready-made smoothies after with some ginger or turmeric, or with a little bit of activated charcoal or spirulina or chlorophyll for a binder. Beautiful hydrogen water, which I recently incorporated with the Lumavitae, having the hydrogen water ready to go for when they're finished, to hydrate them on a cellular level and keep everything flowing out. Have fun with it. And going back again to this backyard business, it just makes it easier on us. There's less pressure. So as the ebb and flow happen with the clients, you don't have this pressure, oh my gosh, I don't know if that many clients this week, how am I going to pay my rent? Then we end up putting out this energy of like fear and scarcity and worry, and then we attract more of that. So by doing it at home, there's less pressure. You can still make it really, really beautiful on your own. Obviously just clear the space a lot after with sage and Palo Santo. I use Solex frequencies as well, which also I can just clear the room using my frequency program with Solex, using scalar wave technology. Love the technologies. So second place we moved was a 3-story condo, and we had a massive, large upper bedroom. So again, I put the room divider up, and one part of my bedroom was the healing clinic. Not ideal for long term, but at least you can get started. And just tell everyone, for now, I'm doing it from my home, in my room. Eventually I'm gonna have like a more of a separate space. But putting up the room dividers, you can make it feel very, very private and separate. And then we moved to the next place. I had a bedroom that was transformed into the healing room or clinic, or however you want to call it. You can do it in the basement. At one point I had to share my one son's room as the healing room, so I was really careful to just clear all the energy out and open the window and use lots of sage and make sure it's nice and clear after for the next client, for my son, and for our family. So you have to work a little bit extra to clear out all the energy, because we are releasing, negative energy as we heal. Sorry, don't mind me, I have 3 dogs running around here. And now that I'm in this space, this is the most ideal space, where there's a separate casita, which is the healing room. So it's beautiful. I have enough space for 2 beds, the Omnium one and the Hybrid Prime. Then I have my little shop with all my beautiful items and medicines, and there's a desk so I can have my computer set up. But you can take it as it comes. And recently I've noticed this woman I've been following on Instagram who did create the most beautiful thing in her backyard, her own backyard business. And she generated $120,000 US in her first year creating this, with breath work, ice plunge, sauna, and hot tub, depending on what the weather was like. And her and her husband started hosting couples retreats where people don't want to go for dinner all the time or go to the bar. They want something different, more holistic. So she's doing these little retreats in the backyard, serving tea, cacao, hydrogen water, and couples from the neighborhood started spreading the word, and now she's very abundant having these backyard experiences. So this is exactly what you can do with PMF. It's a backyard experience, and when you're using Swiss Bionic systems, it is a full experience, because you have the brainwave entrainment, you have the goggles, the far infrared, the biofeedback, triple sawtooth wave, square wave, there's lots of things going on. So it really is a full experience. You're not just laying on the mat and just, laying there with like a simple sine wave where your body's like, okay, this is smooth and nice, it relaxes me a little bit. No, we are shaking up the cell. We are detoxifying the blood and the cells. We're moving energy. We're getting blockages out of the way. We're increasing circulation, reducing inflammation. We're healing the mental state, getting out of the beta brainwaves and into the beautiful meditative states, balancing our hormones, balancing our internal energies. Like, this is a beautiful system. There are no systems that are like it. No other systems can compare. And even the company doesn't build up what their product is enough. It's absolutely amazing. I've compared it to every other system on the market, and there really is nothing like it. And we should be really proud to own this and share it with others. As we are healing, we can share this healing with others. And the more homes that this gets into, the more financial abundance you have, and the more people you are helping. It's such a win-win. So don't hold back. Don't be shy. Get out of your head. Don't be worried about it. Incorporate it into your existing practice, or start one brand new, fresh from scratch like I did. Anybody can do this, and you are supported. There's lots of us that started from nowhere. I've had lots of people that are really nervous about it, really anxious, and they're doing incredible. This one lady here is bringing it into schools and helping to regulate teenagers' nervous system and get them out of depression and anxiety, and support their mental state and help them with concentration and focus and ADD, ADHD, and autism. And that's where she feels called, and she knew nothing about this. She was so nervous, and now they're writing articles in the area about her and what she's doing for the schools. So you just never know where this can take you. All you have to do is just lean into the fear and get started. Another thing people ask me about is like how to start. Number one, you have a back office and you have your own website. I ended up 2 years later creating my own website that's a little bit more fun and beautiful, and I have links to the back office of my Swiss Bionic website in there. But the company does provide you with a free website. You have a few different ones, whether you're doing Prime or Omnium One. Use those websites. So in your back office, the first thing you're going to see in the back office is get certified. So you're going to watch the 12 videos, get your PEMF certification. The videos are a little long. I will admit they're kind of boring, but it's going to get you started. It's going to start to connect the dots about the system and start to gain the confidence that you're like, okay, I'm starting to get this now. I can do this. And then when that's complete, I recommend subscribing to Bryant Myers on YouTube. I have all this in my website as well, all organized, which I'll share with all of you once it's ready. I'm almost there. But all the Bryant Myers videos are amazing. The way he explains PEMF for all of us to understand. He is a physicist. He's obsessed with PEMF therapy. He's dedicated most of his career to his fascination to this healing modality, and he explains it really, really well. And he's a fanboy of our products for all the reasons, because there's no other ones that compare to it. He actually takes them apart and dissects them and shows everybody why our system is so incredible, from the flux, from the coils, from the quality of the products, the medical grade components, the waveform, the harmonics, everything. So I recommend getting into Bryant Myers, listening to his audiobook, PEMF, The Fifth Element of Health, or reading the book, whether you're too busy and the audiobook works better as you're driving, or if you have time to sit down and read it. You can read it a bunch of times. Every time you pick it up, every paragraph is mind-blowing, and it really helps to connect everything. Wolfgang, the CEO of Swiss Bionic, has created a lot of videos to support us, unboxing, where to begin, what is this component, the control unit. Autumn and I, my colleague in Oakville, we create a lot of videos as well that are very more personal, where it's like, hey, it's us, this is how you do this is how you do that, so you can watch all of those. And as you start watching all these videos and reading everything, all of a sudden it's going to land. You're like, I get this makes so much sense. And you're going to gain that confidence. And then at the same time, you're working on your own healing. Get on the mat. Use different settings. Say, oh, I love how that made me feel. I love playing around with the goggles. You know, all of a sudden I'll be like, I feel like putting it on gold today. Let me see how gold makes me feel. Wow, it makes me feel so different. Let me journal that or document that. It's always going to be a new experience. Energies are always shifting as on the planet, in the collective, as us and individuals, what we're dealing with physically and mentally. So every time you get on it, it's a new experience for everybody. Try using it at night before bed. How did I sleep after going on the mat? You know, any healing crisis you might experience. You know, sometimes healing isn't fun and it gets uncomfortable, but it's a beautiful thing. You're releasing something that no longer belongs. Thank you, goodbye. That felt awful as it was leaving the body. For me, I had horrible, horrible migraine broke out with acne as the toxins were leaving the body, but I got so much lighter after. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Thank you, goodbye, you no longer serve me. Write these things down. Oh, maybe I didn't drink enough water. Maybe that's why I felt like that. It's really important to drink water. You know, the more you do it on yourself and your family members and write everything down, you're going to start to understand, okay, energy is moving through the body, things are releasing. Sometimes it doesn't feel pleasant, but it's so worth it, because now I've let that go. Moving on to the next thing. My body knows what it needs. My body is so powerful. My body has the ability to heal itself of everything. But sometimes we get stuck along the way. And this is a tool that helps to move things out of the way so our body can operate the way it's intended. Okay, that's enough of my rant. I'm here for you guys. Trust me, anybody can do this. I've learned so much along the way as I go, and I want to make it easier for you and less painful as you're learning by putting everything together that I've learned that's made my practice grow to the place that it is at now and continuing to grow. So that's why I've created the website. I'm going to put everything in there in an organized fashion. So it's like, start here, get certified, watch the videos, read this book, subscribe to Bryant Myers, watch the Bryant Myers videos, and then everything else I find along the way that I think will be really useful, I'm putting in there in the website in the VIP section for very important practitioner, because you are very important. By healing yourself, you heal others around you. By you just healing yourself alone, and by sharing this with others, how rewarding is that? And when you have your client say to you, oh my gosh, thank you so much for introducing this to me. I've tried everything under the sun. I've been dealing with this for years. I cannot believe that I'm overcoming it now. You're gonna feel so good. Okay, thanks guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.